Our NFL reporter Dave Naylor has found his way to the field at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. There he is. Dave, after last week's loss to the Patriots, I don't think there was anyone on the planet who thought Buffalo was going to lose this game. Certainly not FanDuel. And yet they found a way to lose this game. What stood out to you, Dave, about Buffalo's shortcomings on Monday Night Football?
Well, we got a laundry list, Jay, and I'm going to start with 299 yards of production in the first half for Bijan Robinson and Drake London. I don't think it's a big secret who the playmakers are, first-round picks, guys that can really, gash you, and especially in a game when Atlanta had their number 2 and 3 receivers not dressing. So that obviously killed them on defense. They recovered a little better in the second half. Penalties. The Bills took a number of penalties for the third week in a row, but 2 of them that were real killers. First play of the game, the Bills get a turnover. Greg Rousseau is offside. On the play before Bijan Robinson's 81-yard touchdown run, the Bills had a sack that was erased by an offside penalty. So that hurt them. Pressure. We saw Josh Allen pressured like we have not seen him pressured this season. The Falcons had a bye week, threw some things at the Bills they hadn't seen. They weren't able to handle it. And when Josh Allen did escape with his legs to try to buy time for the receivers to separate, they weren't getting separation. That's the second week in a row we've seen that, and that's why Josh was under such duress, had to throw the ball away, takes 4 sacks. And the other one I say is just general sloppiness. I mean, we saw the Bills say their defense put them back in this game, but there were 3 possessions they had when they were down by 1 score that ended at midfield. I mean, one of them where Josh on 4th down had to try to underhand the ball. Another one where they ran a sweep that did not work out at all with Elijah Moore. The ball got fumbled, very similar to a play they ran the week before. And then you had a play where Josh threw it down the rail deep or threw it short to Elijah Moore, and Moore didn't come back to it. He just kept going. The ball fell 20 yards behind him. So all kinds of things. Really a small miracle that Buffalo was in this game as close late on. Atlanta played very well. I mean, Michael Penix threw the ball well, and they got great plays from their stars, and they won certainly the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. But Buffalo certainly helped the home team a significant degree tonight.
So the Bills fall to 4-2 as they go into the bye week. Dave, how would you rate, as a person who covers the team every day, how would you rate the team's first third of the season, and where do you think the team goes from here?
Well, I would say the headline would be not good enough, and not good enough for a team that has Super Bowl aspirations. I think, that opening week game against Baltimore, the miraculous comeback, and then the schedule really softened. I mean, they're playing the Jets, they're playing Miami, they're playing New Orleans, and it felt like by the time we got to 4-0, we still really didn't know what this team was. But they have stepped up in class the last 2 weeks against 2-2 teams, and it's not been good enough. And I think the biggest shock is the offense. I mean, the Bills are on this string of scoring 30 points every week. They get 20 last week, they get 14 this week, and it's the pattern we're seeing over and over that they weren't able to establish James Cook in the first half. Both games, we saw him kind of get rolling in the second half, but Josh Allen is not able to find separation. Not having Dalton Kincaid tonight didn't help. Certainly Josh Palmer going out early. Curtis Samuel was out, but this is supposed to be an offense that can carry a team, and it has not looked that way when they played that way. Defensively, they've had their moments, but again, I would say not good enough. The good news for them, they're going to get a couple players back after the bye week. Defensive lineman Larry Ogunjobi, and of course Michael Hoyt, the Oakville, Ontario native, who's a hybrid defensive lineman, linebacker, can do a lot of different things. They're going to need that, and Josh Allen said it. These 2 weeks are going to eat at him. Here's how quickly things change in the NFL, Jay. Let's go back right before kickoff when the Bills and Patriots, they were the only undefeated team in the NFL, feeling good about themselves. Now they're 4-2. They're second in the AFC East. Their first 2-game losing streak in more than a year, and all kinds of questions to answer for the coaching staff during their bye week.
Well, they will have a bye week. They'll have a little bit of a break, and when they return for week number 8, they will face a Carolina Panthers team that just defeated the Dallas Cowboys. Should be interesting. We'll talk to Dave after this one. This is our NFL reporter, Dave Naylor.